What is up, chat? Alright. As you know, it is Bungie Day, which means we get all kinds of goodies from our good friends at Bungie. Uh, right now, they are running uh, a lot of different programs going on, so we've got quite a few things to cover. We're going to talk about Bungie Day. It is Reset Day, and with Reset Day came a patch. And we're going to talk about those patch notes. Uh, Definitely going to talk about what? I need you to say words. I can't. Huh? Okay. So, anyways, uh, I squirrel on my own, and Bridget doesn't help matters. She just like I don't need a reason to squirrel already, and then she's like, "Hey, look at this over here, shiny, look." And so yeah, then I just squirrel away. So when I actually play, what she was asking me about um, is there is the Destiny extension um, that when I'm playing, you see it on the screen and it shows you my loadout. It shows you what weapons I'm using, my gear score. I think most of my inventory. The new thing that's out is that there is an exclusive shader and banner emblem, whatever you want to call it, that you can get in game. But you get it by subscribing to two Destiny streamers. So when you have to do it from the browser, there's a whole list of rules. We'll go over them later. Um, but you have to be doing it from browser. You can't do it from mobile. But when you subscribe to two Destiny streamers, um, you have to have your Twitch account linked to your Destiny account, and by doing that, you will get a shader and an exclusive shader and an emblem. I believe the shader you can get multiple times. The shader you or the emblem you only get once. But let's jump into is that for sub and the streamer? Yes, I believe that is for the sub and streamer. We're going to pull that up and we'll look at that here in a moment. But we're going to look at Bungie Day at bungie.net. We're going to pull that up first here. Let's do this, and I'm actually going to hide that for now. Okay, so they've been doing this. Bungie's been doing this since back in the days of Halo. Seventh day, seventh month, 7/7. They love seven. And um, if you go to the Bungie store, which we're going to pull it up here in a little bit, you'll see the exclusive items that you can only get when you complete in-game events, kind of like that. Wait, it's right there. My Ace of Spades. When you look at that in the store, the price on it is seven. It's like 700,000, 777. It's just all sevens. All right. Anyways, all right. So Bungie Day came with a big release of some new items. They've got face masks now, which I thought were pretty cool and I almost bought, but then I saw the ship date. There's a bunch of other stuff in there that I wanted. And they're also doing like a 50% off sale as well. There's certain items that are 50% off. That's where they're having a sale. But the face masks, they will ship not until like July 13th. So they won't ship until then. And I think July 13th, no, I'm sorry, end of July, beginning of August is when those will actually ship. And if you have other items, they will not ship. They will not ship ahead of time. So if that's delayed till end of July, early August, then so are all your other items that are in stock because they're pre-order. Um, what you see here is a pin, and you see an emblem in the background. If you spend $50 at the store, they automatically will give you this in-game emblem, and they will also add this Bungie cog pin to your order for free, no charge. So you'll get that as well. Um, we're going to look at, like I said, some other things because they're also doing a Bungie Foundation where 100% of the proceeds are going to help give laptops for kids. And in doing so, again, you will get an exclusive emblem with some digital hearts, and then you'll get a in-game ghost shell that is an exotic ghost shell that is also shaped as a heart, which looks pretty cool. That's a $25 minimum donation that you have to make. Let's see. All right, fresh download. As we already discussed, there is a patch today. So when you go to log in, we're working on patch 2.9.1. A lot of great stuff we're going to go over. Excuse me. Um, but there's now also an exotic quest that starts at the tower. I think you need to go to either Zavala or the Drifter to start it. And the Contact public event that has been with us since the Season of Arrival started a couple weeks ago, which has been on IO this entire time, is now on Titan. So I haven't looked yet, but I'm curious as to when you log in if the little Dorito that was floating over IO is now floating over Titan. Let's see. What else? There's also exclusive, like when you're playing in game and you talk to certain vendors, they discuss certain vendors, like the planetary ones, like Asher, who's on IO, and Hawthorne. No, Hawthorne's in the tower. What's the other one? The chick on Titan. when you go and you interact with them, they talk about either leaving the planets and coming to the tower or staying on the planet they're on, which I think is a pretty good indicator of who is getting vaulted when they start vaulting locations. I think we know for a fact that Mars is getting vaulted, and I believe Mercury are both getting vaulted for sure. All right, Moments of Triumph. This is a thing that they did previously, and it is back. So what they've done, this is kind of crazy, and again, we'll go into detail on the patch notes, but previously you could do 5 feature raids a week and that was it. But they are lifting that. So you can do the raids as many times as you want. Now your secret chests that are like your bonus chests, that usually have pretty good gear in those are still on a reset. Those still have a weekly reset, but everything else that you do in there, like if there's a boss that only drops exotic or quest lines or what have you, it's resetting every time you go in there. So you could farm exotics and things like that from certain raids. And so they've got a list of achievements we'll discuss, but doing them will qualify you for different rewards in and out of the game. So here's the raids. Starting today, the weekly reward limit is being removed from 5 feature raids. You'll be able to farm rewards, including exotics, from main encounters as much as you like. So that's kind of huge. I haven't done a raid in a very long time, but there are people that's all they do is raid groups, and so this is huge for them. That being said, there are now cosmetic items for completing those raids. And this bad boy here is the ring you get. Well, this is not the ring you get. This is the ring you qualify to purchase from the Bungie store. just like old Ace of Spades back there. They give you a discount code, which brings that 7,700,000 whatever number. It will reduce that to an actual price of like $24.99 plus shipping. And that's the discount code. You apply it, and then you add it to your cart, so on and so forth. So for this, if you complete all 5 of the raids within, I believe you have till like September 21st until the DLC launches, then you qualify for the discount to purchase this. Just a disclaimer, when I ordered Ace of Spades back there, it took almost 6 months for it to actually get shipped to me from the time that I ordered it. I don't know if that's still the case, but kind of like this situation here is when Forsaken came out and you were able to get Ace of Spades after Cade, bit the big one. You could order that, and that's what I did. Like I said, it took 6 months. So hopefully that's not the same. Okay, so as I said before, a direct donation of $25 or more will earn you the Bungie Foundation Destiny 2 emblem. So this is the emblem here. Like I said, digital hearts, pretty freaking cool. And then also on top of that, you will get the exotic empathetic ghost shell, which looks like, you know, a mylar heart balloon with a little heart logo in the center, which is pretty cool. I mean, I don't know. It's for charity. I might have to throw $25 at that foundation for sure, just to get that. So the perks that it has is Guiding Light, which gets you like a 10% XP bonus when that's equipped. Speed Demon, which allows you to instantly pull out your Sparrow. There's no cooldown time on it. And then a Random Destination perk, meaning, you know, while on Titan, you will be able to see chests within 30 meters or resources within 30 meters or double the amount of resources, materials that you can farm while you're on that planet with that ghost equipped. Um, Here's a cool wallpaper. I'm guessing some of this includes some of the um, cosmetic items that we'll be able to get for doing the raids. Like this Warlock here, I don't recognize that armor set at all. Don't think I've ever seen that. So I'm guessing that's new. Same thing with our Titan here. There's a Warlock helmet that looks a lot like that Titan. It looks like Hunters are winning because that armor set is dope as fuck. What else we got? These are just a bunch of wallpapers that you can download. Alright. So that's Bungie Day. Now let's do... let's pull this up here. Patch notes, because the patch notes are huge today. Alright. So as we already discussed, the public event has been moved from Io to Titan. Increased Glimmer rewards and Trial of Osiris. I don't know who was complaining about that, to be honest with you. Like, who's out there playing Trials of Osiris and complaining about how much Glimmer they're getting? Like, let's be honest. The people playing Trials are sweaty tryhards anyways. So you're going to tell me that the people playing Trials don't already have like maxed out Glimmer all day every day 250,000? I'm sure that they do. So it's interesting that this is a thing in here. Whatever. Nightmare Hunts. Fixed an issue where Nightmare Hunts could grant more Season of Arrivals awards than intended. So I don't necessarily know what that means, to be honest with you. I'm only assuming that they're talking about Umbral engrams that drop. Raids. The following raids no longer have weekly reward limits from main encounters, which we already discussed. But this is important down here. All armor from the above listed feature raids have been updated to use the Season of Arrivals infusion cap. So I believe that the current infusion cap for Season of Arrivals is 1060, which means any of those items that you got would be below that 1060 cap. So now they're bringing all of them up to that 1060. So it's a good way to get high level armor without having to go through a whole bunch of infusion modules. And the same thing goes for the Last Wish and Garden of Salvation raid. Okay. Let's see. Gameplay and investment. Investment. Fix an issue where the Heavy Hitters Triumph was not properly tracking which contact event. Yeah, that's... Nope. I like this here. I love that they put this stuff in the content or in the patch notes. Fixed an issue where players had the Guardian Games quest in their inventories well after Titans completely dominated the event. Hunters are still pretty sad about it. I mean, I honestly can't believe that Titans dominated. I honestly thought it was going to be the Hunters all day. Let's see. Uh, Weapons fixed a rare crash with Anarchy. I don't care because I don't have it. It's in a raid that I'll probably never get. I'm okay with that. Fixed an issue with Umbral Enhancements 3 that was preventing Cold Denial and Falling Guillotine from getting an additional trait. Now, this only really affects you if you are at your level 57, I believe. 57 on your season pass. So this didn't affect anybody lower than level 57 because you don't even have access to Umbral Enhancements level 3 until you get to that point. Fixed an issue with Vortex frame swords where the heavy attack wasn't ending properly over the network. Not sure about that. I believe what they're referring to there is there was um, basically the Vortex Frame Swords, when they were doing their Whirlwind attack, were getting double damage. So I'm not sure if that's the same thing or not. Let's see. Fixed an issue that was preventing Season of the Worthy seasonal armor mods from having a chance to be purchasable on Banshee. That's good. Let's see. Other change with lights of mod, corrected some incorrect armor mod icons. So some of this is just like cleaning house. Let's see. Okay. UI UX, the header for the Flare section of Eververse now displays the correct text. Controller remapping, updated the description for toggle sprint. But meanwhile, the jump button is notoriously broken on controller players, which it's all over Reddit, and I'm glad because I thought I was going crazy. I thought I thought my controller was breaking, to be honest with you, because I was just jumping at odd places, especially when I would, try to cancel a jump. I would double jump and then fall to my death, if I was doing a jump puzzle. I don't see that anywhere in here. I did also hear that it may be a settings that you can adjust the sensitivity of that. So we'll go check that out today. Fixed an issue where subtitles for season rivals Drifter dialogue could misgender players as brother even when using female characters. Very important. Very good eye for detail. I'm hoping that Bungie did that on their own and it didn't take somebody having to complain about that to point that out to them. I hope that they just kind of were like, oh, you know what? This is the thing we need to do. Miscellaneous. We're going to actually cut it off right there. Adjusted strike weekly bounty pool for the seasonal focus. So I'm guessing that the strike... Oh, yeah, because Scorn, Cabal, Vex, and Fallen variations should no longer appear during Season of Arrivals. Because you would have to farm a specific quest, and because of the Season of Arrivals, that strike would never show up, or it would take you an ungodly amount of strikes to get that done. Fix an issue where the first sleeper node cb.nav/run Dynamo approach arch what have you was not appearing for players attempting to complete the Nascent Dawn exotic quest. Bridget and I experienced this the other day where she was trying to do this. She's trying to get caught up and do all the things and clear a quest log, and lo and behold, that sleeper node was nowhere to be found. Yet I'm watching a video and it should be there, and we couldn't figure out for the life of us what was going on. And luckily, Reddit, good old Reddit, let us know that it's been an issue, and then also that pointed me to the Bungie boards where they acknowledged it and knew it was an issue. For those of you who don't know, Destiny Content Vault, the DCV is what they're calling it. This is kind of more detail about what's going to be going away and what we're getting back. So in D2 Year 4, the Cosmodrome is coming back, as well as its 3 strikes and the return of the Vault of Glass raid. So that's a lot of content to get back. Cosmodrome, for those of you who didn't play D1, that was Earth. That's where you went. I'm surprised and very happy it's fixed. Yes, you and a lot of people. I'm sure the message boards will go crazy. Why would they be bringing back content? Well, my guess is this is twofold, right? They want to continue growing the game, so they're going to bring back content. And Cosmodrome, well, think about it like this: the moon, when you first started playing Destiny 2, you couldn't go to the moon. The moon was not available. That didn't come until, I believe, Forsaken or Shadowkeep. One of those, I think it's Shadowkeep. Shadowkeep is when we went back to the moon for the first time because everybody loved the moon. Oh, of course it'll bring special items. It'll bring special items, exotic quest lines. We also know that we're going to go to Europa in the DLC, which will be happening before Cosmodrome. So we're going to get Europa, which is a huge area. That's one of the moons of Jupiter. We're going to get Cosmodrome back, which is a huge section of Earth. I'm curious, though, as whether or not they'll just connect it to the EDZ, or if it'll be its own I don't know how they're going to do that. I'm hoping that it's not like two different planets. 'Cause currently, Earth is obviously this huge planet that you can navigate to, and it's got different spawn points there. So I'm curious as to if they're going to give it another orb to navigate to, or if it's just going to, if they're going to restructure that. That'll be interesting to see. Um, so yeah, let's go back. All right, Moments of Triumph we talked a little bit about already. Uh, for the T-shirt, which is pretty dope. I kind of want to work on this a lot because you can also customize the sleeve, so you could get your name imprinted on the sleeve as well, or your character's name, or your gamer tag, whatever you want there. This is the banner that comes along with it. This is the special sparrow, exotic sparrow that will come with it. I believe this is the one having to do with the raids, and this is a traveler looking ghost, which is pretty awesome, and I want that a lot. But if it's tied to doing 5 raids, that might not be possible for me. So if we go into the guide here, let's see, participation requirements. Let's go down, down, down. Let's see. We don't know how to get anything that if you don't play before you can get now. Wait, what? If you didn't play before, you can get now. Anything that is it bringing forward old weapons and old armor? We don't know that yet. It would be oh, could you imagine? Could you imagine if when they brought back the Cosmodrome, they brought back Yallarhorn? Oh, and that original Yallarhorn, not nerfed, neutered, pew pew PP shooter Yallarhorn, like Yallarhorn when it was a monster. That would be amazing. Let's see. T-shirts, shirts without personalization will not have the shield art printed on the sleeve, so you definitely want to personalize it. For another $5, it definitely makes a difference. But would it take away from the people who worked to get it before? So that's the thing. Yellowhorn doesn't exist in Destiny 2, and it's not as though you would get it in Destiny 1. So they would honestly be bringing a brand new weapon back into the game. We already know that we're going to see No Time to Explain get brought back into the game, which was um, the Traveler, not the Traveler, the Stranger, who we knew nothing about in Destiny 1 and we still know nothing about in Destiny 2. That was their pulse rifle. No Time to Explain is what it was called. It was exotic pulse rifle, and you got it towards the end of D1's run, if you will. We know that that's coming back. We know that we're going to have an exotic quest line to get that weapon again. Um, so if that's coming forward, then there's really no reason why they couldn't bring forward another weapon like the Yallarhorn, which is just really, like I said, a complete monster in every arena, whether it's PvP, PvE. It would decimate. It would be so overpowered in Gambit. That would be the new meta. If Yellowhorn came back, that would be all that anybody is playing with. I promise you that. Okay. So, powerful engram. Ooh, did not know that. By opting in to Bungie Rewards program, a powerful reward awaits you. So, all you gotta do right now, just go here, go to Bungie.net, rewards, and sign in, and you will get a powerful engram the next time you log into Destiny 2. I'm already in it, so we'll do this later. I should already have one. All right, so claim triumph for item in game. In recognition for reaching a Destiny 2 triumph score of over 50,000, an exclusive emblem can be redeemed for free. So this is the one we saw earlier. Let's do that. Claim triumph for item in game. Exclusive emblem sunset. In recognition for reaching a Destiny 2 triumph score of over 12,500, an exclusive emblem can be redeemed for free. So we'll talk about what triumph scores is once we get back into the game. Um, you've got your triumph page that a lot of people don't ever go to and completely ignore. Going there and redeeming certain triumphs is what they're referring to when they say your triumph score. In recognition for completing 15 triumphs during Moments of Triumph, an exclusive t-shirt will be available for purchase. Earned by September 21st, which is the day before the content drops. The content drops on September 22nd. Um, and those 15 are going to be specific to the Moment of Triumphs that they set out. So it's not like just any of them. It's got to be one specific to this, which again, once we log in here in a little bit, we'll take a look at those. We'll see exactly what we have going on. In recognition for completing the 5 Moments of Triumph raids, an exclusive raid ring will be available for purchase. What are some things you feel should be done before the 22nd? Um, so we are in what? July, June, July, August, September. That's a lot of time. If you're pretty hardcore grinder, you could definitely do the raids. I would like to attempt it, but in order to do that, I've got to build a raid team, which we don't currently have. We barely have a dungeon team, just to put it that way. Um, but yeah, there's a lot that would be able to be done. Some of the things will be as simple as completing so many strikes, um, accruing so much valor in the Crucible, and I think a lot of those will be very attainable. This one here for um, the banner, the 12,500 points, I think that'll probably be pretty simple to do. And honestly, I don't think that this moment's a triumph. I think the 15 triumphs will be fairly easy, but it's really going to be hard to say until we actually see what they are in game. Uh, Exclusive dungeon hoodie. In recognition for completing the prophecy dungeon, an exclusive dungeon hoodie will be available for purchase. This is the 9 hoodie, but I need another hoodie like I need another hole in the head, to be honest with you. Completing the MMXX seal in the Season of Arrivals, an exclusive premium medallion pin will be available for purchase. I'm pretty sure that this one is going to be doing all the triumphs and completing every one of them. Forerunner, this is probably going to be a tier below the MMXX seal. And same thing with the Premium Enlightened. This is going to be, oh, in recognition of completing all raid triumphs and earning the title Enlightened. So just because you complete the raids doesn't mean you've done what's required for the triumphs. There's a whole lot more that will be needed to do to meet the criteria to be eligible for that, I'm sure. Harbinger, in recognition of completing all Shadowkeep triumphs and earning the title Harbinger. I believe this one's active now. This is not a new one. I don't believe this enlightened one is either. I think the new one out of this is the Forerunner seal, to be honest with you. All right, and I think that covers all the talky bits of what we wanted to look at today. Let's go here. Yep, that was everything. So now we can actually play the game.